This is a John Deere XUV 550, you know, somewhere around that 09 to 13 model. It has a V-twin Briggs Stratton motor. This particular model, this one's custom built in here for a wheelchair, but this particular model is terrible to work on. It's awful. This airbox system is awful. It's right in the way to do anything with the carb. It is a bear to get to. The belt, split case belt system, because I think honestly when I did a belt on this, I pulled some hat tricks and got it, but it was, a lot of stuff was already broken from someone trying to get it. But it's almost like dang near a motor pull or transmission loosened to get that stuff off. Like, this model's terrible to work on. But we did a full service on it, went back, it started idling. It wouldn't idle. So if you have a John Deere XUV 550 with the Briggs Stratton motor V-twin and it started to like sputter at idle and cut down, I want to show you, it could be water in your gas, it could be something like that. So check your fuel system first. It could be a fuel pump. It's not the case. I checked all that. I pressure checked, you know, line checked, you know, fuel sample check. No gas, no water in the carburetor, nothing like that. Okay, runs fine wide open. Does not. Now, getting to what this one actually was. So it started running fine when I had the dipstick out. Okay, and I started thinking that's weird, so I plugged the dipstick in. I pulled the pulse line off the valve cover. Idled fine too. Picked idle up, smooth as butter. I'm like, okay, this has a plugged crankcase vent line. Well, that is underneath the, you know, the shield on the carburetor, and it is a mess to get that off. So you're popping a shield off. Let's see, you're messing with that. I don't even know where I threw the shield right now, but it's a mess to get that off. This is the vent line. Okay, it sits on top of the motor. Let me see if you can see. I have the, right there you can see, I have the, like the PCV valve, basically, their version of it, off, okay? It barely allows it to breathe. Now this motor could have some compression loss that's making it harder, but this thing is not allowing it to breathe enough, and it's building, you know, pressure on the inside, and it's killing the idle off. It's weird, but if I put this back on and let it idle, it'll start to, I cleaned it out. I sprayed parts cleaner in there and blew compressed air back and forth through, because it might have been a little bit carboned up. And it's a lot better. It runs, but it'll stumble on idle a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, there's the hole it breathes through right there. That's it. I'm gonna, this is like basically a diaphragm, and that's the only entry hole. I'm gonna drill that bigger, and I could drill other holes in here. Otherwise, buy a new one, I'm sure. I'm sure this is just has a bunch of carbon built in here and doesn't breathe right. But an easy test for you guys, if you have an XUV 550 with the John Deere V-twin and it's stumbling on idle, you've cleaned the carb, you've been through all kinds of stuff. When it's idling, pull the dipstick, you'll feel a bunch of pressure coming out. Hit the gas. If it smoothens the idle out, you have a problem with your vent case system. Okay, so that's an easiest thing is pulling the dipstick. I hope this helped you guys out. Lord bless you all. Read John 3, 1 through 21 in your Bibles. If you have questions on any of this stuff, you can ask in the comments. I don't get on there every day, but I'm always willing to try to help somebody out. All right, thank you. Please like and subscribe.